Good morning, class 12. We were discussing the chapter interest, and today we are at the end of the chapter. Today we are going to do the third class of this chapter, and we are going to discuss today the role of interest in learning. Still now we have discussed, as I have told you, that it is a very short chapter. The definition, characteristics and role in learning. This much question can come from this chapter. So today we will discuss that interest and what is the role of interest in learning. The points you will not get in the book. You have to follow the PDF because it is not written in the book, but it is important. So you have to check the PDF what you will get. Okay. The acquisition of socially accepted attitudes are a major goal of educational process. So acquisition of socially accepted process means what? Now when we are in a society, when we are in a group, or when we are doing some group activity, we have to follow some norms, rules and regulations. So when if you are providing some suggestions which is be good for the group and it is accepted by everyone, then you feel satisfied, isn't it? And you feel interest on it. Now suppose we cannot, as just for example I am telling, we cannot do anything in the society. Even what we are doing in home, we cannot do it outside, isn't it? How we are behaving in school, we will not behave in the same way in the playground, or when we are in group of friends and in presence of the teacher, we will not act in the same manner, isn't it? So there's some certain rules and regulations in the social society, and the social acceptance matters a lot to us, because what is socially accepted, everyone has agreed, we feel happy about and we feel interest about. Why do we say that antisocial or antisocial activities? Means the activity which is against the norms and rules of the society. So majority of us do not accept it. The crime and the incidents which are going on nowadays, I just don't want to mention all these things. So we have to accept it, and simultaneously we are criticizing them as how brutal they can be or how dangerous they can be. Being human being, how they can be so bad with another human being just like them, isn't it? So that is not socially accepted. So socially accepted attitudes means the attitude which are being accepted by the society are a major goal of education process. So education will train you what is or what are the social norms and regulations which will help you to lead a better life in the society, being a part of the society. Thus, thus interest can facilitate learning in different way. So education will help you to channelize you towards your interest. What should be your interest on, and what are goods and what are bad, isn't it? So how interest is influencing education, today we will discuss. Number one, learning material should be interesting. So must first point that the learning material which are being given to the students must be interesting, so that the students will feel interest to learn. They will understand it better because they are feeling interested. So material which will be presented by the teacher, it should be visually clear, it should be easily explained in lucid language, as I have told you earlier that lucid language explanation is very important to understand, to get interest on the particular thing. So it should be, the material should be presented and it should be interesting. What will be presented in the student should be interesting. Number two, necessary steps towards the aim. Now see, interest will only start working when the individual or the learner will see that yes, what he or she is learning will help him or her to reach the goal. Am I clear? Means when you are, suppose when you will grow up, you will start reading, you will start giving exams on different topics, and in different professional trainings, isn't it? So why you are, when you are preparing something for suppose joint entrance, just for example telling, so those who are trying for the joint entrance, they are being trained in a different way, they are being suggested different books, isn't it? And even in public service commission examination, and union public service commission examination, so different types of examination you are giving to crack government services, isn't it? So when you are seeing that yes, this book will lead me, will help me to reach my goal, what I want, it will help you to feel interested on it, because you are seeing that yes, many of them have achieved good marks after reading this book, so it is leading you to reach the goal, isn't it? So you are thinking that yes, that can be of interest, my interest, what I want, what is my desire, and you are thinking and you are changing your concept according to that, and it is helping you to reach your goal, where you want to reach. Next point, active participation of the learner. Now it is a duty of the teachers to encourage the student to participate in the activity what is going on. Now see, nowadays the thing has happened, so one way communication we all know we are teaching, and that's why what we have in what we have planned for, we have planned for online classes, isn't it, where you will tell your doubts and the teachers will solve the problem. So here we are also trying to engage you, where you can communicate with the teacher, you can come up to the teachers and you can say what are the problems. So the process of education should be like that, so that the students can also participate in the process. So here our motive is to encourage you to read and to ask us many questions, as many as possible, so that you can also join in the process. Only means active teachers and silent learners will not complete the entire process. So why we are trying to encourage you, so that you come up to the teachers, you discuss the problems what you are getting, you are discussing the questions what you have answer, where doubt you have. So and we are making your active participation in the process of learning. Next point, colorful presentation. Now see, in primary classes or in junior classes, you have seen maybe when you were junior, even we were junior there, we have seen that the books are very colorful, red apple, green vegetables, a dog, a cat, then the figures and the village scenery, many things are drawn in the books of the junior learner. So why and what is the reason behind it? Now see, when we or the adults are reading, or even you are reading, you will see there's a continuation in reading. Over there you will not like many pictures and many things, but young learners are very inattentive in learning, and they are very inattentive in their part of attention. So to fetch attention, we are displaying them with colorful materials, with colorful books, so that they get interest on it. A for apple we are explaining, beside that a big apple, picture of an apple is given. B for ball, C for cat, D for dog, E for elephant. So different objects, when we are explaining the student the letter how it is, how it looks like, side by side we are giving the example of the elephant, E for elephant, F for fish. So both way the teacher is encouraging the student to see the colorful book, how colorful the fish is, how big the elephant is, how red the apple is. So when we are explaining it, what it is helping, we are explaining the color of the fruit, and we are side by side. A for apple, A stands for apple, and the first letter is apple, that is also being explained. Do you understand what I want to say? Means when the presentation is good, when the presentation, part of presentation is highlighted with colors and different words and letters, then the students will automatically come to the part of attention, and they will increase their rate of interest on it. So the presentation should be very colorful for the young learners. Next point, last point, learning atmosphere should be friendly and cordial. So the thing is, uh, suppose in a teaching process where the teacher is very strict, very rude, and very reserved in nature, what happens? The students will never come up to the teacher and they will ask that, ma'am, where is the these are the doubts, please help us to clear it or to clarify it. So the teacher should create a very friendly environment and a normal environment, as if the teacher is explaining like a mother, so that the students can easily, it is valid for all the students, even if big students or junior students, whatever it may be, this atmosphere should be very friendly and very calm and quiet, so that the students can easily come up with their problem and they can solve it. So then only the students will feel interested on it. Otherwise, there will be a problem of avoiding all the factors. So more or less, these are the points of interest or learning. How we can encourage the students to feel interest on the particular topic. The teacher's duty we have discussed, and this is the end of this chapter. Next day we will start with a new topic. Thank you very much.